Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my first. You found her nothing. Okay, I don't want that to happen. Okay, my first ever YouTube live. Quick apology if this ends up being full of messes and mistakes. But whenever you do something for the first time, lots of mistakes and mess ups are inevitable. So we'll see how today goes. We're gonna give it a couple minutes because I told people that the class would start at 9. So we'll just hang tight. I hope you guys are all having a good morning. I had my air going all morning to try to get my room a little bit cooler, and then I turned it off because I wasn't sure what the microphone sound would be with the air conditioning. So hopefully it doesn't get too hot in here. But at least you guys should be able to hear everything clearly. So that's a plus. All right, I'm going to pop off the screen really quick because I'm going to try to make my laptop screen stay on the entire time because my mic is hooked up to my laptop screen. So give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let me do that. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. I don't know if it's going to let me do it, but hopefully the laptop screen stays up. I guess that's something we'll find out today while we're learning all of these things. All right, I'm going to head over to the mat. We got another few minutes, and then we'll get started. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, now, also full disclosure, you guys know I have really, really poor eyesight, so if you're sending me messages, I'll get to them after. I won't be able to see them from the mat. Actually, but you know what? I just had a realization that maybe I could do it from my phone next time so I can have the phone closer to me. I don't know. We'll figure stuff out. Yeah, it's always a thing when you're trying something for the first time. It's just the way it is. All right, so while we're waiting, I'm just going to sit on my block, grab a sip of coffee. I thought that having my glasses on would help me to be able to see the laptop screen. It doesn't. All right. Okay. All right. Now, welcome. This is a live Hatha Vinyasa flow class. You won't need any props necessarily, but they will help, especially when you're like tight from the morning. So if you want to if you have yoga blocks and you have a yoga strap, by all means grab that. If you don't, that's fine. You don't really need it. You can grab like a book or a pillow just for comfort for your opening breath sequence. And then maybe like a sweatshirt or leggings or a belt even for your yoga strap, if you want. As I said, no props are necessary. You can do everything without the props. They just help with ease and comfort. All right, so taking a comfortable seated position on your mat, starting a playlist if you have a playlist that you'd like to listen to, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, or leaving your eyes open if that is more comfortable to you. Rolling your shoulder blades up, down, and back. Shoulders up, down, and back. One more time, shoulders up, down, and back. And then just allow yourself to sit and breathe. Don't worry about the breath being deep or being slow. Don't worry if you're fidgeting a bit. It's early in the morning, so we might do a check-in and find that we're a little bit stiffer. Maybe we're fired up because we just chugged our coffee. Maybe we're already anticipating the heat of the day. Just take in all of that stimuli and let it pass. Allow your movements to be what they need to be. If you need to kind of move around this morning, allow your breath to be shallow if that's how it feels in your body this morning. Just applying no pressure to whatever is going on. Just let it be what it is. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Becoming more and more present to this moment on your mat. And deciding that for the next 60 minutes of your yoga practice, you're just going to be present on your mat as best as you can. Bringing your hands in Jali Mudra, that prayer position in front of the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. Hands come onto your knees. Eyes blink open. If you are on a block, come off your block and let's get moving. All right, so taking a deep breath in. Reach those arms up, gaze comes up. Exhale, arms down, gaze down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And like, your hands don't have to touch, right? If your shoulders are tight, keep your hands separate because it's more important that your shoulders are lowered and your arms are reaching up straight than that you're doing this like hunched in, trying to get those hands to touch. That does no good. Just be ease in your arms. Exhale, gaze down, arms down. One more time, inhale, reach those arms up, gaze comes up, lift the chin up. Exhale, chin down, arms down. Coming on to, bring your hands back behind you. Step your feet out in front of you. And then just sway from side to side. Waking up the hips. Waking up the entire body. Slowly, slowly. I'm saying that. You guys might have already been awake for a while. I was awake, but I feel like physically awake, like my body being awake, are two very different things. All right, stretch those legs out in front of you. Taking your right ankle, bring it to your left knee, and then step the left sole of the foot down. Now, this might look very different in everybody's bodies. So you might be super tight in and your hips might be flying side to side. That's not the case for me. Or you might have your foot all the way out here. But the goal is to actually have that knee opening up. So opening up the hip. So it doesn't matter if your foot is this close and your knee is this close. That's not going to help you. So go ahead and slide that left foot out. You can even bring the toes up and just kind of have the heel on the ground. Anything to get this knee to open up. And just gently move from side to side. Straightening out that left leg and then switching sides. So the right leg comes down, the right ankle comes up, right sole of the foot comes down onto the mat, and just gently moving side to side. Just looking at my notes, and I wrote something really weird for the arms, and I have no idea what it means. I wrote L-arm lassos. Not a clue what that meant, but we're gonna figure something else out to replace it, because I don't know what an L-arm lasso is. All right, slide your right foot down, come into your staff pose. So that's soles of the feet, or toes actually, rather, pointing up, hands are down by your hips, trying to sit as tall as you can. Now this comes easily for some people, not so easily for others. So just take a beat here to try to get yourself in an L-seated position, rolling the shoulder blades back, lifting the chin, taking an inhale, and then exhale, coming down onto your forearms. We're going to bring the right foot in, and you're going to take your right hand, bring it to the outside of your right foot, and gently tug that right knee down. Now, it doesn't have to get to the ground. That is the goal, theoretically, but in actuality, it doesn't have to be the goal. And then stretch that foot forward. Now, it's okay if this knee is bent. It doesn't have to be completely straight, but you're pushing forward to get a little bit of a shoulder stretch. And then rock it back. Bring it forward. Rock it back. And one last time, drive it forward and then lower that foot down. Coming down onto your right forearm, bringing the left foot in, left hand grabs the outside of the left foot, gently tug down and send it forward. Gently pull down. Drive it forward. See how my knee is like way more bent on this side? Yeah, this is my tighter side. Bring it down and then send it all the way up. Coming into your staff pose, reaching your arms forward, and then lifting the wrists up, lifting the wrists down, or dropping the wrists down, lifting the fingers up, dropping the fingers down. Now take your right hand and gently push those left fingers back towards you. Reach the fingers up towards the ceiling, and same thing, gently pull the fingers back towards you. And then same thing on the right side. So left hand pushes those right fingers back. Fingers up, left hand pushes those fingers back. Back to this neutral, turn the wrist going in one direction and opposite direction. Okay, now here was where we were supposed to do the L-arm lassos, but I don't know what that meant. So we're gonna grab our straps if you have it, leggings if you have it, whatever you need, and then reach your arms forward and up. Bring your hands about shoulder distance apart here because we're gonna lower into goalpost arms. Pull your chest forward. Reach the arms up. If you don't have a strap, just do the same motion here. Pull the strap down. One more time, up. And pull the strap down. Now here, I want you to lift the chest as you reach that strap back. Feeling the chest open up. Arms straighten. Lower that strap down. Come one more time onto your hands, bring the hands back. Now you have two options. You can do fingertips towards your feet or fingertips away. Whatever feels more comfortable. This is a little bit more comfortable for me because then I can push my chest forward. When my fingertips are turned in, I'm a lot more internally rotated. It's harder for me to push my chest forward. But take whatever's more comfortable for you. And then pitter patter your toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the right leg, lift the left leg, arms come forward, hold your boat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten one leg and lower, straighten the other leg and lower, straighten both legs and lower all the way down. Beautiful job. Coming onto hands and knees, however that happens for you. You don't have to do it in any fancy way. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, push the ground away. Inhale, lift your chin, stretch your belly. Exhale, push the ground away. One more time, inhale. Exhale, push the ground away. Come into a neutral spine and lift that right arm all the way up, opening the chest up. As you take that right hand, slide it underneath your left, coming down onto your right ear. Thread the needle here. Now push into that left hand. See how my left elbow is at a 90-degree angle pointing up? Push into that left hand to help you twist open here. Take an inhale and an exhale. Reach your left leg back. And then see if you can bring it as close to your hand as you can, like moving it so that it's parallel to the belly button here. Now, if you can get that ankle down, power to you. My legs are really tight, so I'm going to come up on my tippy toes. Reach that. Okay, you can keep the left hand here. I should start by saying that. But if you want, you can reach that left arm up. And then if you really want, you can twist. So your hand's like palm towards me, palm away. And then bring that left hand towards the right hip crease. You can breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Bring the left hand down. Slide that left leg in. Press into the left hand to bring your right arm back out. Back into your tabletop. Lift that left arm all the way up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest. And then take that left hand, slide it through underneath the right arm. Same thing on this side. Press into the right hand. Twist the chest open, and then bring the right foot back. Right foot up towards your hand, and then reach that right arm up. Twist the palm if you want, and search for that left hip crease. You might just have your hand on your lower back. That works too. If you want to try to find a hip crease, go for it. Or you can just leave that hand on the ground. That's also an option. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Reach that right arm up. Bring the right hand down. Press the right hand into the ground. Bring that right leg in. Back into your tabletop position. Walk your fingertips forward. Popping up cupcake fingers. So that means the palms off the mat. Elbows off the mat. And then lower the chest in between the arms. Trying to get the chin, the forehead, maybe even the chest down onto the mat, but keeping the elbows and the palms off the mat. And back to tabletop position. Take your right leg, bring it to the outside of the right foot. Pick it up, drag it, move it if you have to. Meet me in our low lizard. All right, now this is where you might want blocks, if you have blocks. Bring them onto the inside of that right foot. And this just like helps you come up a little bit higher, right? But you don't need to use the blocks. You can do the exact same thing with your hands on the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rock it back. So reaching those right toes up towards the ceiling. Booty comes back towards the heel. And move it forward. Lift the chin up. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, rock it back. Come back to your neutral. Right leg comes in. Left foot comes out. Both hands are still on the inside of the left foot. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, rock it back. Inhale, come forward. Bring the leg back. Blocks can come off the mat. You know how I told you guys that I turned the air off? That was a mistake. Next week I might have to have the air on because I am already sweating. All right. Take a child's pose. Big toes touch. Knees are mat distance apart. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, come into your down dog. I actually might have to turn it on because I'm already like really sweating. It is hot. You can do a little bit of movement here, bending the knees, straightening them. Do whatever early down dog stuff feels good to you. So that might mean coming up on heels and lowering. Maybe you want to come mat distance apart. You do all of that. Find some stillness here. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Now, when you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. When you need to bring your hands up, bring your hands up. And hang in your forward fold. Bending and straightening your legs. I feel like I can't even really straighten this early. Man, my legs are tight. Woo. And then just hang in your forward fold. Bend those knees deeply. Grabbing opposite elbows and swaying side to side. And curling all the way up to stand. Roll those shoulder blades back. 1, 2, shoulders, shoulder blades. 3, and forward. 1, 2, and 3. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way around and up. Exhale, forward fold all the way back down to earth. Inhale, halfway look up. You can bend those knees. Give yourself a flat back. Now squeeze your shoulder blades. Imagine I'm putting a glass on your back. That's how flat your back is, that it doesn't move. Exhale, forward fold. Step that left leg back. Plant the left hand on the inside of the right foot. Reach that right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Twist, open up the chest here. Bring that right hand back down to the mat. Lower the back knee down and maybe grab your blocks. This time you're framing the front foot. You're not on the inside. One hand's on the inside, one hand's on the outside. Inhale, gaze comes up, lift your chin. Exhale, rock it back. Inhale, come forward, gaze comes up, lift your chin. Exhale, rock it back. One more time, we come all the way forward, lift the chin. Exhale, rock it back. This time when we come forward, we bring both hands down to the mat, lift the back knee up, and then bring that right leg all the way up into your 3-point down dog, so it doesn't touch the ground. Gaze is at that left knee. Go ahead and bend that left knee and straighten. Bend the left knee and straighten. Bend the left knee and straighten. All right, now bend the right knee. Bring it forward. Tap the right arm. Bring it back. Bend that right knee. Bring it forward. Twist and tap the left arm. Bring it back. Bend that right knee. Bring it all the way forward so you can tap your nose. And bring it all the way back up. Bring that foot down to the ground. Come forward into your plank. Lower all the way down onto your stomach. Spatula's round one. Bring that right arm out to the, actually I'll do it on the left so you guys can see. Bring the left arm out to the side. Left ear comes down. Gazes to the right. Right leg comes over the body like you're reaching for that left hand. Right hand comes up into that thread the needle, 90 degree. And you inhale and exhale. Find your breath. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Come all the way back to neutral. Switch sides. Bring the left arm in. Straighten the right arm out. Right ear comes down. Left leg comes up and over. Press into that left hand and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Last exhale here. Come back to neutral. Tuck your toes under. Come into down dog. Left leg reaches all the way up and high. 3-point dog. Bend that left knee and step it forward in between your hands. Bend the back knee, or lower the back knee rather. Untuck the toes. Lift up, Anjanasana, crescent lunge. Meet us here if that didn't work for you. Just get yourself into your crescent lunge. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Move those hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck your back toes under. Slide that left leg back to your down dog. Inhale. Exhale. And then walk your feet slowly to the top of the mat. Bend them when you have to, the knees, that is. Reach your hands or lift your hands up off the mat when you have to. And then hang in your forward fold. Deep breath in and out. Tuck your chin to your chest and curl all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, forward fold. Right leg comes back this time. Right hand on the inside of the left foot. Left arm reaches all the way up. Twist that chest open. Bring that left hand back down to the ground. Reach for your blocks if you have them. Not a big deal if you don't. I'll show you what that looks like if you don't. You just bring your hands down, lower the back knee. Now I come really light on my fingertips here. I lift my chin. And then exhale, I walk it back. I bring my hands back with me. Walk it forward. And walk it back. Walk it forward. And last time we walk it back. Bring your foot forward, your hands come forward. Lift that back knee up. Send that left leg in and up into your 3-point down dog. Bend your left knee, tap the left arm, elbow, and up. Whatever you can get it to. Twist over to the right and tap. And up. Bend in like you're trying to tap your nose. And up. Bring your foot back down to the mat. Pull yourself forward into your plank. Lower all the way down. Patty cakes. All right, now this is a really intense shoulder opener. I love it, but it's rough. It is a harder one. So think of it as like tummy time for adults. So you bring your fingertips forward, and you're staying up on your fingertips. Now, the best way I can describe it is that your like bottom rib cage is still on the mat. You don't want to come up too high because then you're just in like a lower back bend. And you really want the stretch to come from the shoulders, not so much from the lower back. So you want to lower yourself down, but not too low. And you're going to reach your right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. Right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. Right arm up. Right elbow in, forward, and down. Left arm up, in, forward, and down. One more time each side. Right up, in, forward, down. Left up, in, forward, down. Lower all the way down. Bring your hands to your chest. Lift up baby cobra. Lower all the way down. Press into your hands. Lift up full cobra. Lower all the way down. Tuck your toes under. Send your seat back towards your heels. Take child's pose. And then lift up, down dog. Right leg comes all the way up and high. Bring that right leg through. Step it in between your hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale up, Anjanasana. Press in lunge. Inhale, and then exhale, move your hips forward. Bring your hands down to the mat, tuck your toes under. Bring that foot back, down dog. And walk all the way up to your hands. Hang in your forward fold. You hang in your forward fold. I'm going to turn the air on. I'm dying. It is hot. All right, hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But it had to happen. It was way too hot. Curling all the way up to stand. Grab your strap again if you have it. If you don't have the strap, you can do the entire exercises, just hands apart. Not a big deal. All right. Fix your yoga clothes. Grab a sip of water. Let's get going. Bring your strap about shoulder distance apart, and then you're going to externally rotate. So you know that inside that elbow crease? You want it to be pointing out. Actually, okay. Whew. Let's pretend that we're doing the Macarena. So hands come out. Then you remember we go like that, the Macarena? Yeah. Okay, so you see how the inside of the elbow is now pointing directly up? I want you to turn your hands back, but leave the inside of the elbows as close to pointing up towards the ceiling as you can. That's your external rotation. Now, I don't have the best external rotation. It's a work in progress for me. So if you feel like you internally rotated when you did that to us, it's no big deal. That's a flexibility that you can work. So, grabbing the strap, attempting that external rotation, and take an inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and then back behind your head. So not too much of a back bend here, more just pulling from the shoulders. And down. Take an inhale here, rise up. And down. One more time, inhale, rise up. Pull the chest through. And down. Move your hands the same as we did in that early staff pose on the ground. So more about like a Y shape. Pull the strap apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come down. Same thing if you don't have a strap, just do the same motion. If you have weights, you do it with weights. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull down. Now pull the strap back, lift the chin up. Opening up the chest here. And arms come up and around. We got one more. Move your hands as wide apart as you can. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. Bring your arms up parallel to the ground here. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. And all the way down. Inhale, reach up. And all the way forward. Let the strap go. Come to the top of the mat. Hands to your hips, head squats. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach that right leg up. Circles out for 1, 2, 3, reverse that direction for 1, 2, and 3. Bring that right knee back. Toes come down, coming into your high lunge. Tap the knee down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in your high lunge. Bring your hands to prayer. Lean forward to warrior 3. And lower. Forward to warrior 3. And lower. One more time. Forward to warrior 3. Pull the back knee in and bring it down. Hands come to your hips. Heel raises. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left leg up. Circles out for 1, 2, 3. Reverse that direction for 1, 2, and 3. Bring the left knee up. Stretch it back to your high lunge. So in high lunge, you want both toes facing towards the top of the mat, and you want that back heel lifted. Tap the knee for 5, tap the knee for 4, tap the knee for 3, 2, 1, stay high. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra as you lean forward into your warrior 3. With control, lower it down. Forward to warrior 3. Draw the belly button in as you lower back down. And one more time, we come forward to warrior 3. Pull that knee forward. Lower it down. Take a breath. Or a sip of water. Or if you're still working on your morning coffee, you can grab that. Let's keep moving. All right. Whew. I'm going to move back. So, coming into our chair pose, hold your chair. All right, now, actually, we're going to go through, we're going to practice crow really quick because I want you to practice something else with crow. Okay, so most of you that have taken a class with me before, I feel like you guys know the deal with crow, but we'll go through it if there's people here that haven't done class with me. So you bring your feet into like almost a yogi squat. So toes are out at a 45-degree angle, about hips distance apart. And now I lift my heels up when I do this, when I come into crow. I lift my heels and then I step my feet in closer because it's hard to kind of really gauge where you need to be until you're closer to the ground. Now you bring your hands down. Now you know this like little crease here in between your legs, like when your knee bends and you make a knee crease, I guess. You're going to stick your elbow into that knee crease. And then your knees are going to be pushing in and your arms are going to be pushing out. So you're creating like a opposing friction. I don't know. I feel like Miss Bristol did a magic school bus on this about like objects in motion. Anyway. All right. So you're going to, I need to come up with a name for this. But you're pushing the knees in, moving the arms out, and then your gaze is forward. Your gaze is forward because your head is the heaviest part of your body. So if you're looking down, you're going to topple forward. You're going to bring yourself down. If you're looking forward, your motion is moving forward. Your weight is moving forward. So there's a better chance of you being able to land this arm balance if you're looking at least like a foot forward rather than straight down in front of you. So you look forward, you lean forward, you lift one toe, you lift the other toe, and you draw the belly button into the spine as you hold your crow. So go ahead and give that a go. See how you feel with it. As we move forward and we incorporate that crow into the class, don't worry about nailing it every time. Do your best, give it a try, and then move on. Because the more that you just kind of like try it and move on, the more easily it'll come, rather than you like stressing it and trying to nail it every time. So go ahead, give it one more try, and then we'll move on. When you've done it, when you've done enough, which is like literally 1 or 2 attempts, we're not staying here long, come to meet me in your chair pose. All right, now coming into this crow from a bit of a challenging place, bringing your hands down, find that connection. Move forward into your crow. Draw the belly button in, and then shoot the feet back as best as you can. Lift the booty up, down dog. Right leg comes up and high. Bend that right knee, step it in between your hands, and then bringing your heel down at a 45-degree angle, rising up for your warrior one. In warrior one, the front toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. The back toes are pointing towards that top corner, and the arms come up. Now, if that is too much of an ankle flexibility for you, your ankle's tight, go ahead and open it up a little bit more. It doesn't have to be at a directly 45-degree angle. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands back behind you. Lace those fingers. Pull that fist down. Gaze comes up. Exhale. Bend forward. Inside that right leg. Coming into a humble warrior. Rising all the way back up to your warrior one. Bring your hands down. Coming into a low lunge, so lift that back knee. Send the right leg back, coming into a down dog. Left leg comes up and high. Bend that left knee, step it in between your hands. Back foot lowers at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, reach up. Warrior one. On the opposite side. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring the hands back behind you. Lace those fingers, pull down, gaze comes up. Exhale, moving it forward. In between, or you're like bringing your left shoulder to the inside of that left leg as best you can. Rise all the way back up, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring those arms back down. Left foot comes back, down dog. Bring the knees down, child's pose. And all the way back up to sit. So for today's inversion practice, we are going to work on scissor kicks or cartwheeling out. So one of the scarier things, I guess you could say, about when you do an inversion is falling out of it, right? Like when you're upside down, your brain doesn't really know what to do, and the last thing you want to do is come crashing down on your head, right? That's like everyone's fear, is that they're going to injure themselves coming down that way. So we practice doing like a scissor kick or cartwheeling out, for lack of a better term, which is training your brain how to bring your feet down and land your feet so that when you need to come down out of an inversion, you do it in a safe and easy way. So with that being said, that's today's inversion practice, is this cartwheel out. Now, when we do these practices, the goal is not to get into a handstand. It's not to immediately nail it or do it in the middle of the floor. That's not the point. The point is to start to learn how to control the ascending of the feet and the descending of the feet. So you're not going all the way up, you're trying to gain control. So if you are like an inch off the floor, but you have complete control over where your legs are in space, then you're doing it. And that's kind of the idea, is to start to feel this float or this core control of lifting and lowering. All right, so grabbing that external rotation, take a knee, grab your water, watch first. What you're gonna do is come into your down dog. And you're gonna step both of your feet off the mat on the right side of the mat. So both the feet are off the mat, hands are still in the center of the mat, and then you're on the right side, you lift the left leg up. Bend your right knee, and then lift, switch your feet. Sorry, it's really hard because I got plant there. I'm gonna do it this way because I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Maybe this way is the best because I'm like afraid I'm gonna hit my planks. Okay, so stepping over to the right, lift your left leg up, bend your right knee, take an inhale, exhale, over to the left. Now my right leg is up, so I take an inhale, exhale, over to the right, and I'm gonna do it one more time each side. So bend my right knee, inhale, exhale, and last time. Inhale. Exhale. Over to the right. And then you're going to come down. Give it a go. So come into your down dog. Check that your arms are externally rotated. Step both feet over to the right side of the mat, off the mat, over to the right. Lift the left leg up. Bend the right knee. Take an inhale. Exhale. As you switch over to the other side. Now you're on the left side. Lifting the right leg up? No. Sorry, guys. Over on the left, yeah, right leg up. Take an inhale. Exhale over to the right. Take an inhale. Exhale over to the left. And last time, take an inhale. Exhale over to the right. Come down into your child's pose. Take a breather. It's hard to do it when you're not like actually upside down. That was a hard one to call for you guys. All right. Taking your child's pose. Looking forward at your thumbs, pull yourself forward here, coming into your Sphinx pose. Arms are at a 90-degree angle, or actually tuck your toes under. So I want you to pull your heels back and pull your chest forward to stretch your belly. And then let that go. Bring the right leg in as you reach back for the right foot. Draw that right foot in. So there's a couple ways to do it. Way number one is just this. Way number two is this. Actually, this is way number one. Way number one is just reaching. Way number two is making that connection. If you have that connection, way number three, turn your fingertips towards your toes. Press down on the top of the foot with your palm. And breathe. I should have done the left side first because I'm going to do something now that I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see. But bring your right hand back down and then lower your chest down to the ground. Slide that knee up to a 90-degree angle on the right side. Does that make sense? I'll do it on my left so you guys can see and then I'll switch it back. You see? So 90-degree angle. So it's half frog. All right. So take your half frog on the right side. Breathe. Plant your hands and lift up. So you can come back into your Sphinx if you want, or if you feel like you have more in you, you can press the palms of the hands down, lift up. And lower back down. Zip that foot back in. Come back into your Sphinx. Left foot comes in. Left hand reaches back. Option one. Option two. Option three. Find your favorite option. Trying to square off your hips. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Stay here. If you're happy, stay here if this feels good. If you want to go to that next level, press into your hands. If you do this on the other side, you might not have done that. Stay low. I don't know if I did that on the other side. If you went up on your own on the other side, go up on this side. Lower that leg down. Bring the arm in. Lower onto your head for your hands. And bring that other knee forward at that 90-degree angle, that half rock. Super gentle inner hip stretch. And then coming on to your Sphinx arms, if that makes you happy. Or pressing into the hands and lifting all the way up. So turning it into a bit of a back stretch, a bit of a right thigh stretch, as well as staying in that hip. And lowering all the way back down. Slide that left foot back. Press into your hands. Tuck your toes under, send your feet back towards your heels, and then lift to your down dog. Right leg comes all the way up and high. Bend your right knee and bring it back behind your right wrist, coming into a pigeon. active pigeon, not super rest pigeon. We got a little bit more to go. But same height here. Maybe taking a forward fold briefly. Because I can't do pigeon without doing a bit of forward fold. Lifting yourself back up, drawing that back knee in. So same kind of thing that we did when we were down in the Sphinx, doing our thigh stretch in Sphinx pose. Option 1 is to just kind of reach back for it. It's cool if you don't make it. It's really not a big deal. Option 2 is to grab the foot and see if you can bring it in. That's your option 2. Option 3, instead of flipping the grip here, you're going to tuck it into your hip crease, or your hip crease, your elbow crease. And just draw it in. See if you can find a little bit of balance here. Gaze comes forward, square your hips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, let it go. Tuck your back toes under. And now the easiest way I have found in doing this is to bring my right foot in closer to my left hip. And then when I lift up, I also adjust. So bring that foot in closer. So this might be, you might be in a pigeon that's like all the way parallel to the top of the mat. And if you're there and you want to try king pigeon from that, by all means go for it. I do not have the strength, but because I can't do something, I never want your practice to be impeded by my limitations. So by all means, if you are at a comfortable parallel position, stay there. If you're not, bring it in a little bit closer. So you might be here normally, go ahead and bring it all the way in. Bring both hands to frame that front knee, and then lift the back knee up. And then you might want to even walk that foot in closer. Do you see how my foot came in a little bit closer? Because it helps me to find my balance as I reach my hands up. Woo. Reach the hands up and back, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way down. Go back to your down dog. Moving through that same sequence on the other side. Lift the left leg up and back. Bend that left knee. Bring that left knee back behind the left wrist. Lowering down into your pigeon on the left side. Sitting tall. And then lowering down in a forward fold. Briefly, just for a beat, just for a breath. Lifting back up. And then bringing that back knee in. Option 1 is to reach for it, even if you're not making the connection. Option 2 is to make the connection and just be super proud of yourself. And then option 3 is to tuck it into that elbow crease. Any option that you're at, try to square your hips and look forward. And then smile, because any option is good. Because you're here, and you're doing it, and you're trying. So no matter where you're at, that's progress for you in your body. Lower that back leg down to the ground with control. Slide that left knee in as close to the right hip as you need to. Tuck the back toe under, lift the back knee. And then as you see, I scooch that leg in a little bit more towards my midline as I lift up. And then the arms come back. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it all the way down. Hands come down. Downward facing dog. Shake out your hips in your down dog. Lower your knees down, big toes to touch. Take a child's pose. Coming to sit up, nice and tall. Bring your feet in front of you. Sit on your booties. Soles of the feet together. Taking a Baddha Konasana. So starting with a wide Baddha Konasana. So I want you to bring your feet out so that it's more like a diamond, or not a diamond, Yeah, diamond. Diamond. I'm gonna take in geometry in like, I don't know, a decade. Bring your hands towards your thumbs towards the arches of the feet. Pull your chest forward. And then come all the way back up. Slide those feet in a little bit closer. Lift up, lower down. And now, because I am in the comfort of my own home, I need to use the restroom. My coffee is going right through me. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry, guys. But this is what makes life cool. And back. And you guys are all like, maybe she shouldn't have been drinking coffee while doing yoga. Yeah, same thought occurred to me when I was in the bathroom. All right, bring those feet closer in, and then straighten one leg out. So you're gonna keep your left leg in, you're gonna straighten your right leg out to the side. Sit nice and tall, and then bring yourself forward. So you have options here. Option 1 is to just walk your hands forward. If you're like, that's cool, that's where I'm at, stay there. Option 2 is to bring your forearms down. But when you bring your forearms down, try not to lean too much to the left. Because it's gonna happen, right? You're gonna easily find comfort coming on the side with the leg that was bent. But I want you to try to even it out, because then that moves the stretch into this right inner thigh. And that's the goal here. We're not trying to stretch out the bent leg, we're trying to stretch out the straightened leg. And back up. Switch the poses here. Bringing that left leg out to the side. Bringing that right knee in. Adjusting yourself. Bringing your hands forward. If that felt like the stretch, you can just bring your hands forward, walk them forward, right? Or you can bring your forearms down. Now, for some reason, this side is easier. I can't see, this is the weird thing, right? It's this is my tighter side, but for some reason, this is more accessible on this side. Weird. Still trying to balance yourself out. Keep your weight evenly distributed. And then walking all the way back up and stretching your right leg out to the side. Nearing the end now, guys. Coming to the end of it. So find your breath. Let your breath regulate. Point your toes up towards the ceiling. Now, for some people, you might easily walk it forward. You might be on your forearms here. You might be on your belly here. Do what works for you. If you find forward fold and wide leg straddle difficult, like me personally, I have found that I bring my hands back behind me, fingertips pointing away from my body. So my fingertips are pointing towards my bookcase right now. And then I push down into my hands, helping me to push my chest forward. So I use that leverage of my arms to move my chest forward. It helps me get into it. I feel like it's the way that I sit. I feel like personally it's how my pelvic is placed, because it's really hard for me to sit tall. I always want to curl in. Maybe it's just lazy core. That could also be it. But this helps me to get into that forward fold. And all the way back. Coming into your easy pose, so your crisscross legs. Bring the hands behind you. Lace those fingers, stretch the fingers back, open up the chest, gaze comes up, and then exhale, forward fold. Reaching your fingertips up towards the ceiling, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. And rising all the way back up. Coming down onto your back. Drawing your right knee in, give that right knee a hug. Bring your hand to your right knee and draw it across the body, across the left side. Tee out your right arm, gaze comes towards your right hand. Draw that right knee back into center. And then move the right knee into the right hand as you drop the right knee to the right side. Left hand comes out into a T position, gaze to the left. Draw that right knee back in. Give it a hug, and then send it down to the ground. Draw the left knee in, hug that left knee close. Pass the right knee or the left knee over into the right hand, and then draw that left leg across the right side of the body. Tee out the left arm, gaze comes to the left. Bring yourself back to center here. Pass that left knee into the left hand. Open up the left leg. Tee out that right hand, gaze comes to the right. And back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. And rock side to side. Bring the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Hands come to the outside of the feet. Elbows inside of the knees. Gently tug down in your happy baby. Flex those soles of the feet. Trying to keep the tailbone all the way up to the skull, flat on the mat. And if you like, you can rock side to side. I was never a huge fan of that, but if that's your jam, go ahead and do it. You can even like straighten and do that. Like bend one leg, straighten the other, like a check mark, like a giant check mark. And switch. I don't know. All options. You do you. And when you're done, bring the soles of the feet together. Lower the legs down into a reclined Baddha Konasana. Take the palms or the heel of your hands and press down on the tops of the thighs, lengthening the spine. And then reach your legs out in front of you. Shake out your legs, shaking out any excess energy that still might be stuck there. Turn in your heels, or not your heels, your ankles. Turn in your wrists. And then allow yourself to come into some stillness here. Taking a deep breath in. On your exhale, allow your body to become heavy on the mat. Inhale in. Exhale, let it go. One more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Allow yourself to drift off. Taking these final breaths to rest, to recenter, to find some peace. When you feel ready, you can begin to deepen your breath. And start moving the body a bit, wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Reaching your hands up above your head and stretching your body out long. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, curling the knees into your chest and rolling over onto your favorite side, using the forearm of that side as a pillow for your head. Taking your opposite hand and draping it across the front of the body, and then press that opposite hand into the ground to help push you up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your knees, palms facing up. Take a deep inhale in, and exhale out. Hands come to prayer in front of your heart. Take an inhale in, and exhale, bow down to yourself. As always, taking a moment of gratitude and sending it to yourself and your body. Being grateful that you showed up to this practice on a Saturday morning, and grateful to your body for being able to hang in there for the practice. And then taking a moment in that gratitude and sending it to the continent where yoga was birthed. Remembering the roots of yoga and remembering our gratitude to those early yogis that brought the practice here so that we could benefit in the West. And now as you leave your asana practice and you start your yoga practice off the mat, I greet you with namaste. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for showing up to my first live. It was fun. I hope you guys had fun. There was, only the little itty bitty minor bathroom issue, but I had a good time. I hope I see you guys soon. Mwah!